Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. For those of you who might be new here, my name is Johanna Mar, and I've been documenting my journey on how I lost 100 pounds this past year and my life since then. Today is New Year's Day. Happy New Year, everyone. We're going to have some friends over later on, so I'm going to cook a meal for everyone. It's kind of a gloomy, dark, rainy day today, so I am thinking beef stew is just going to hit the spot. I'm going to leave the recipe, ingredients, everything down below, so if you'd like to make this along with me, you can. So here we have everything that you're going to need in order to make the beef stew. We have our beef that has already been mixed in with the flour and pepper mixture. We have our vegetables, carrots, potatoes, onion. We also have our bay leaves, some salt, pepper, oil, some red wine vinegar, some red wine, and some beef broth. First thing that we are going to do is brown our beef on all sides. So to be clear, we are not cooking it through all the way at this point. We are just browning all of the sides so we can add it into our mixture later on. It's important here to not crowd the beef. So I have this size pot here, which is a pretty decent sized pot, but I'm just gonna add in a little bit at a time, cook that through, put it to the side, and then add more in. I'm not gonna add all of it in at once. This is how much I'm adding in each time. Make sure that you are rotating them to each side after about a minute or so, and feel free to add oil in between each round as well. I put on an oven mitt because the oil was splashing up at me a little bit, but once I've taken out all the meat, I'm going to go ahead and move the pan off to the side, let it cool for a little bit, and put together the wine, red wine vinegar, and beef broth mixtures. Once those are all back in the pot, I am going to move it back over onto the heat and put it on a low heat. Our beef goes back in the pot along with the bay leaves. We are going to let this sit for about an hour and a half or so. I am going to check on it every 20 minutes. In the meantime, I'm going to clean up my space and also chop up our vegetables and get those ready to toss in later on. Things must be smelling pretty good at this point because my sous chef Franny has shown up to beg for some stew. We have our meat simmering back here. We are going to let that sit for about an hour and a half or so. After that hour and a half, I'm going to add in most of our vegetables. We're going to let that cook for a little while longer and then should be good to serve. I always clean up as I go. So in between each of these steps, I'm kind of just putting things in the dishwasher, cleaning them, throwing things away, just to keep my work area nice and clean. Time to add our carrots and onions and stir this up a little bit. I'm going to let this sit for about 10 minutes and then go ahead and add in the potatoes. Let this sit for another 30 minutes or so, and then it should be good to serve. We were hosting, so I couldn't really film an outro, but it was a huge hit. Everyone loved it. It was absolutely delicious. So I highly recommend this recipe. Please be sure to like and subscribe, and please comment down below what you think of this recipe, anything that you would have changed, any recommendations, and also anything else that you'd like to see from me, any other video ideas, any other recipes that you'd like to see me make. I'll be happy to do that for you. And with that, I thank you so much for watching, and I wish you a lovely day.